Okay, welcome back to Conlin's Country. Today we are going to be going over our July garden tour. So stay tuned. Courtney's going to go through everything and it's going to be excellent. She's done an amazing job on this garden. Hey babe, tell me what this fence is here. What do you got going on?
Well, it's not covered with plants because we planted them very late in the garden season because we both still work full-time jobs, but it's okay. Anyway, this is our cattle panel trellis and we got it from Rural King. These are only, I think, 26 bucks. And so we do have cucumbers growing up the sides. And then a lot of the cucumbers got dug out by crows when we planted them. So as you can see, we have replanted them. So there are a bunch coming up, especially over here. I need to thin them up.
Looks really good.
Thanks, but we've got some cucumbers coming up. These are pickling cucumbers. There are some cucumbers in here and they are looking really good. I actually need to harvest them. Pickling cucumbers. See that? All right, let's move this way in the garden. So this trellis will eventually be covered in cucumbers. It's just not there yet. So then over here is all of our sweet potatoes. And I did just top dress them with some composted horse manure today. That's why you see all this powdery stuff on top. But it does a great job of putting nutrients into the soil to help the sweet potatoes grow. So this is all sweet potatoes. And then here are our squash plants. And they are getting eaten alive by bugs, but that is okay because we are still getting so much squash. Here, I'll harvest one. I've already harvested like, I don't even know, a lot off of these. Look at that, organic squash. All right, so there's our 2 mounds of squash. This right here is green beans, and these are actually whole beans. I do have 2 more of these cattle panel trellises that I need to put up so they can climb up those. These are going to be for late beans, so we will be harvesting these in August and September and possibly October, but I need to get a trellis put up for them. Okay, let's keep going. And so this area here is all of our melons, and they are doing so well, and I've worked really hard at keeping it weeded, and I'm very proud of the fact that there are no weeds this year in our melons. This is the first time ever I have a weed-free melon garden. But everything over here is the cantaloupes, and there are so many cantaloupes. We are going to start harvesting cantaloupe next week. For reference, it is July 23rd. Look in here, babe. Show them all this. Look at that. Giant cantaloupe there. We got another cantaloupe here, another cantaloupe there, another cantaloupe there. 2 more cantaloupes here. The other day I counted them and I stopped counting at 30 because that's just a lot. So these are all of our cantaloupe plants. And then over here, I planted them 2 weeks later because I didn't have the seeds. But these are our watermelons. And they are just this week starting to get watermelons on them. Let me see if I can find some. There are a bunch in here. I don't want to hurt my plant though by looking. I found some watermelons on the outside because I don't want to walk in and crush anything. But here is a watermelon there, looking good. We've also got another one. Where'd it go? I just saw it. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Over here. That's a sugar baby. Those are really good, sweet watermelons. And one thing I love about having a huge watermelon patch like this that is kind of tight together is that it basically creates like a barrier and a canopy over the soil, and it keeps the sun from touching the soil. And so it keeps everything from getting dried out. So since the soil does not dry out, I really don't have to water these as long as we get water at least once every 7 to 10 days. Okay, let's migrate this way. So this is our pumpkin patch, which is way behind because we went on vacation and I forgot to plant the pumpkins before we went on vacation, but it's fine. We will have pumpkins in time to carve for Halloween. I just won't have them in time to decorate our porch for fall, which is usually in early September. But we have a couple of different things. So here is cushaw. We love cushaw. We actually really like cushaw pie. The pigs and chickens love cushaw, so we've got those. This is late cucumbers here coming in. And then everything else over here is jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. I am gonna go through and thin these out because as you can tell, there are a lot of them. I planted pumpkin seeds that I saved from 2022 and 2023, so I knew the germination rate was gonna be low, so I put a bunch of extra in here. That way I knew we would guarantee getting pumpkin plants. But we have tons, so this looks good. I'll thin it out tomorrow. Let's move to the flowers.
What's this straw in between the rows? Who did that?
Oh, James did. This is from where he cleaned out our chicken coop. It's wonderful fertilizer for our terrible soil here in the hills of Kentucky. So we basically used it as like a fertilizer mulch in between the rows of all the pumpkins. It looks really good, doesn't it? So then back here is our little flower garden in the garden, and I love it. The whole front row, that wall of flowers, is zinnias. They are gorgeous. There's so many different colors. And what I love about this part of the garden is it costs nothing. All of these are seeds that I saved from my plants last year. So there's zinnias along the front and sunflowers in the back, and they are just starting to bloom. It's gorgeous. Isn't that so pretty? And the bigger sunflowers are earth walkers and evening sun sunflowers, also some mammoth sunflowers. They have not bloomed yet, but they will. I love this part over here. Look at how thick and lush the zinnias are in this section. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, the colors, the bright orange, the magentas and the pinks, the peaches, the whites, the yellows, everything. Just so many colors. It's beautiful.
Okay, we got some corn growing right here, and this is glass corn. And Courtney, can you tell us what glass corn is?
Yeah, it's beautiful corn. It's very shiny and it's multicolored. I'll put a picture of it here. A lot of people call it ornamental corn, but the real name is ornamental glass corn, and it's beautiful. It's more like a decorative corn, but you can definitely eat it. It's really good for popcorn. So I'm excited to grow it. This is our first year growing this, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. But anyway, here's a little patch of ornamental glass corn. It's doing very well. And then up next here is all of our pepper plants, and they're doing good as well. We have so many different varieties of peppers. We did just harvest all the banana peppers today because I'm gonna make banana pepper mustard this week. But there's a lot of other varieties here, and I'm growing a variety of pepper that I've never grown before. It's a chocolate bell pepper. It does not taste like chocolate, but it's a deep, rich brown color, and it looks like chocolate. And there's some growing on here. See how dark that is? It's almost like a black color. But I'm interested to try those and see how they taste. But we've got tons of bell peppers here, banana peppers, jalapeno peppers, of course. And then of the bell peppers, we have red, yellow, orange, and green. So lots of options. But that's it for the peppers. Now let's transition over to our tomatoes, which are not doing as well as I would like, but they are still doing good. For whatever reason, well, I know what reason. Our tomatoes do not do great in this soil. They do so much better in raised beds. I'm just gonna resort to growing them in raised beds every year from now on, but we still are getting a good amount of tomatoes. I obviously need to work on the trellising system here, but it's okay. So this is all of our tomato plants. We have been getting thousands of Sweet 100 cherry tomatoes. That's these. This is my favorite variety of cherry tomato. They are so good, and they are so sweet. I love them. But these are all of our indeterminate tomato plants. And yes, I know, they're laying over. It's on the to-do list for tomorrow to finish trellising them.
I can tell you something right now.
What?
This one has been eaten by deer.
Yep.
See all that? They've come in here specifically and have eaten the tops of these off. Is this different than the rest of the tomatoes?
Oh yeah, they're all different varieties. I just threw tons of seeds into our seed starting trays earlier this year.
That's deer damage.
Yep, so whatever variety this is, might be beefsteaks. The deer obviously like that variety, but there's other varieties that obviously have not been touched by the deer.
Tomatoes have such a pungent smell, the plant itself.
I love it. Yeah, these need some TLC. We will work on this tomorrow. But this is all the indeterminate tomato plants. And like I said, there's so many varieties. I just threw a bunch of seeds. Some of the seeds I had saved from last year. Some of them are new seeds. Some of the seeds were given to me. All of these were started seeds indoors in March, and they're doing pretty good. And then in this area in the tomato cages is my Roma tomatoes. These I specifically use for canning. We have 20 of these plants. There's some more over there too, but these are a paste tomato. So they have little to no juice inside, so they're great for canning. I make our ketchup, taco sauce, tomato sauce, pasta sauce, all of that out of canning tomatoes. I do also, for the indeterminate varieties, grow some Amish paste and some San Marzanos. Those are all great paste tomatoes, but we are getting a lot of these tomatoes, so I'll be starting our tomato canning this week. You can see all these coming in. But these are all the determinate Roma tomatoes, which are like a bush variety.
Now, what's the difference between determinate and indeterminate?
So determinate tomatoes are more like a bush. They just get to a certain size. They are determined to get to one size. They pretty much produce most of their tomatoes at once and die out. Whereas an indeterminate tomato is actually more like a vine. These actually are Roma tomatoes, so don't look at those. Oh. But all these over here, if I had them trellised perfectly, I've had indeterminate varieties of tomatoes get over 12 feet tall. They'll just keep growing and keep producing tomatoes all summer long until the first frost comes and kills them. So I do a variety of both. And this right here I just planted. On your left side is pinto beans, and on the right side is okra, so we will harvest those later in the gardening season. But they're coming up good.
This is great. How do you keep all the weeds out?
I'll show you. This right here, a garden hoe. It's a lot of work, but to me, it's enjoyable work. Whenever I see weeds start to pop up like that, I just go like this, and it just kills them. That's all it is to it. And then sometimes if the roots are deeper, you got to use the hoe at an angle to get deeper into the ground like that. But that's it. And then the hot sun just scorches them and kills them. It's that easy. Now let's transition to the raised beds back behind the house. So these are our little raised beds. Starting off first is the carrots. We've been getting so many carrots out of here. Honestly, we just come out and grab a few when we need them and leave the rest. But I'll pull one out so you can see it. There are some giant ones in here.
That one was kind of stubby.
I know. Hold on.
That's a decent one.
Yeah. Not gigantic, but it's good. We have pulled out some monsters. Okay, come over here. Raspberries, they've been doing great. We've been picking a bunch of raspberries every single day. Good job, buddy. Sorry, our youngest rode a bike all the way to the cornfield and he's proud of himself. But the raspberries, delicious. This way. Our cabbages this year were an absolute flop. I had 4 of the most beautiful giant cabbages. And when we were in Florida, they split open because I think the deer ate them and then they all rotted. So I just threw them out. That was upsetting. So cabbage was a complete fail this year. Thankfully, I got a really good cabbage from my mom. All right, I did go back through them, plant some pumpkins. So we'll get some more pumpkins and gourds here. We'll feed the pigs with them. This looks nasty, but underneath there is a really beautiful cauliflower. For the cauliflower to stay white, you do have to take the leaves up and tie them so the sun does not touch it, but that looks great. Over here, we did harvest all of our onions. Now I've got some gourds growing in here as well. Back here, I just keep forgetting to pull our broccoli plants out, but they're done. We've already harvested the broccoli. I just literally need to do this. Chuck them in the woods. But I do have some gourds that I planted in here as well. Back here, our Brussels sprouts look really good.
Ooh, gross. Puke my brains out.
I love Brussels. They're delicious.
No,
so we
thanks.
have lots of Brussels sprouts growing in there. Come over here.
Okay.
Planted some late gourds here.
Late gourds.
I got one tomato plant coming up that I need to trellis.
Scrubbers.
And then over here, these are those potatoes that I just planted in July to see if we can harvest some potatoes in fall. So I'm interested to see how these will do, but they're already coming up, which makes me very excited.
Okay.
Oh, blackberries. Oh my gosh. We are exploding blackberries.
Blackberries. We need to move these plants.
I know, they're taking over, but we have millions of blackberries in there. It's been great. We've been eating so many.
We need to move these like to the field, like a wood edge, because let them just take over. I mean, this is crazy.
Here's our garden trellis. It's looking good. We've got some tomatoes on either side, and then these are our loofah gourds, and they are doing great. And once again, we've been harvesting tons of tomatoes. I've also got some late loofah gourds and some sweet potatoes in here as well.
I really like that trellis. Where did you get it?
Bagel Garden. I love it. I'll link their stuff down in the description below. Everything they make is top notch. It's really nice stuff.
You should never talk with your mouth full of food.
I know. It's good. It's hard not to. And now we're in the area where we grow our green beans and sweet corn. The green beans have done phenomenal. We've gotten so many green beans. We've already done 2 pickings and we have canned tons. We just picked a few days ago, so I doubt there's any on these. But let's see, because these are our flat Roma 2s. Best green bean ever if you want to grow them. There's tons of blooms, but I don't see any green beans. Hold on, we're going to find
I just seen one.
You did?
Underneath that plant right
This
there.
Yeah,
The bottom towards me. Bottom towards me.
Here's one. It's little, but this is what they look like. They are flat, and no matter how big they get, they actually never develop strings. It's the best thing ever. So they are super easy to process. Delicious.
And here's our corn.
Guys, this is so devastating.
It looks like a tornado went through it, which actually a tornado did come through a couple days ago. But to be honest, this is from raccoons.
It is. This is insane. 5 days ago, we had the most gorgeous 10-foot tall corn. Every single one was starting to develop ears of corn. It was so pretty. And in the matter of like 3 days, the raccoons have absolutely annihilated it. Next year, we're going to have to put up an electric fence around the corn. Last year, we've always had some damage to the sweet corn every year from the raccoons, but nothing major because that field was a giant field of corn, so I think it deterred them from this. But this year, we grew soybeans out there, so I don't think there was anything to deter the raccoons from this area. I don't think we're going to get any sweet corn out of this, which is very upsetting. But let me show you the soybean field real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. And this is the soybean field. Isn't this beautiful? I'm going to let James talk about this.
This is the soybean field. So this is the first time we've really grown soybeans. We did a small couple rows last year just to see if we could. We got a different variety, something that would handle the pressure of the deer. But to be honest with you, this is for my deer. And every single night we'll post some pictures and videos, but there are bucks out here, there's does out here, and we love that because we're deer hunters. So that's why we have soybeans, and look how beautiful it looks. They've come in great. I used a corn planter to put them in. I don't know if that's how people normally do it. They probably use some sort of drill, but everything has turned out really good. So the weeds are down. We really just got plants coming in.
Yeah, I love this. I think it is so beautiful. And you can see how lush these are. Now the deer have definitely been here eating it, but...
Oh yeah, they eat it down pretty good, but it's like coming in so fast, it's really not affecting the growth.
Yeah.
We get a lot of rabbits out here too, which is pretty cool. So you can come over here at night and there's just rabbits everywhere.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Here in Kentucky, there's nothing flat. We just basically farm on the ridge tops that we have. So, yep, there's the soybeans.
If anybody's interested, let me know in the comments below, but I can also tour all of our food plots that we have here on this property. So we do multiple food plots on the property for our deer. This is just one of them, but we also have corn. We have a great stand of clover, and we just got some other things that we have for the deer. But if you're interested, let us know in the comments, and I'll also do a video about that.
Yeah, deer meat is our main source of protein and meat that we eat here on the farm. And for us, because we process our own deer, it's virtually free. So we do a lot to keep deer coming here. Plus, we also just love hunting. It's our way of life. It's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. It's satisfying. And our boys are really getting into it. Our oldest two have already harvested their first bucks, which we're really proud of. So that's it. That is our full July garden tour. The only other thing I forgot to show is the potato raised bed, but there's nothing in it because we did harvest all of those potatoes and we got a lot of potatoes out of that. But I think that's it. Let us know if you have any questions. As always, we do all of our gardening on well under an acre. So even though we do have a lot of land, we don't garden most of it. And you do not need a lot of land to grow a lot of food and have a lot of beautiful gardens. So anything else, babe?
Nope, that's it.
All right, have a great night, everyone. Happy homesteading.